I'm a big fan of AI image generation. And look, there's loads of great AI image generators out there, from Midjourney to DALI 3, Ideogram, you name it. You know, you take your pick. Personally, I'm a Midjourney fan. But the one big problem with all these image generators is the ability to edit the picture that you've created, or to reuse the characters in the pictures that you've created and have consistent characters. Well, Google have changed that. And once again, we're back at Google AI Studio, because not only have they now incorporated image generation directly into Gemini Flash, so Gemini 2.0 Flash, making it truly multimodal, you can also edit those images on the fly. You can just add things to the image, and it's really, really good. And that's what we're going to look at today. So once again, as I said, we're over here at Google AI Studio, okay? And here you've got the models here, you've got the Gemini Flash, but now look, hot, new, exciting, Gemini Flash image generation. So rather than sort of going to Imagen, which was Google's original AI image generator, this is done within Gemini Flash. And then you've got all the kind of pricing and stuff like that, which is, no pricing at the moment, as long as you keep it fairly low in terms of usage, but plenty of tokens to be using for now. And as I said, this is totally free over on Google AI Studio. So for instance, their example here, image editing, edit an image of croissants. Here we are. Here's your picture of your croissants. Add some chocolate drizzle to the croissants, and there you go. Bit of chocolate, right? So very straightforward. You can just add stuff to it. But what's really cool, I'm going to start again. Always best if you're starting a new project is to start again, because I think it retains a bit of memory of what it's doing. So for instance, I'm going to take an existing picture that I've been using. Let's upload file. From Midjourney, actually, I'm going to just take this picture of this sad robot that I used. Well, I may not have used it in the end. So here's the picture of my sad robot down here. And then how about have someone hand the sad robot some laundry, okay? Simple, simple fun prompt. Off we go. So there's my sad android, my sad robot. And look, there we go. Someone is handing them some laundry. Okay. Show me the reverse angle. Run that. And as you can see, it's pretty consistent. It's using the same image there, really, so that its consistency is much stronger. And then here we go. Look, we've got it from a different angle now. And again, there is some consistency there. There's some slight changes. And it's now an android handing them the laundry, as opposed to here it was a person, although the shirt's the same. And as you go through it, the consistency does get slightly weaker. But if you are trying to create, for instance, a character, let's do a new one here. Create a cute, funky monkey character in sort of Pixar, Disney style, right? So brand new character that we're creating here. See if it'll pick up on the Disney. Okay, I'm not sure how funky that monkey is. Okay. Show me the monkey eating a banana. Banana. Right. Run that. There we are. Same monkey there. Let's see the side view of the monkey. Run that. So you can see that's fairly consistent there. That's fairly consistent there. So you've got your side view of the monkey. So what you can do is really create consistent characters. Okay. Show me the monkey riding a bike. And there we go. You can see how sort of consistent that is. I mean, he's got his sort of fluffy hair there. Can't really see some of the fluffy hair at the sides, a bit smoother here, but it is from the side angle. And there he is riding a bike. So you can get really kind of consistent characters. And as I said, if you want to branch off from a particular character here, so let's go with this one here. Down here, you can branch from here. So you can start taking the pictures in a different direction from any of these stages, because it may lose quality if you keep doing it over and over again. Some of the consistency will begin to get lost. But if you find something that you quite like and you want to branch off from there, so we go from here, edit here. So edit what we want to do. Juggling 3 balls. See if that can do that. And then here you see the stop editing and rerun this turn. So I've edited the phrase. We're rerunning it. We branched off from this sort of second monkey. And there we are. It's not 3 balls. I said juggling 3 balls. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Gemini can't count. But there you go. Consistent characters. So if you're doing, I don't know, a children's illustrated book or whatever it is or something like that, you get really consistent characters. And of course, it doesn't just work on, cartoon characters. Let's start again. Let's clear the chat, create this. And then what we're going to do is, of course, create the image. So let's, obviously, because anybody who watches my channel will wonder where the, obviously, Japanese woman is. Sportswear for, okay, let's put in a catalog style, right? Let's see that. Okay, let's see whether it gets that. Let's run that. Okay, so there we are. There's a sort of magazine pose. Okay, so why don't we have them lifting some dumbbells? Okay, look, there we are. Look, you see now you've got this arm's okay down here. We just make this a bit here, but look, you've got this extra arm. So that's not quite worked out quite well. See if we can correct that. The model has too many arms. Remove the one at the back. Remove the one arm at the back. See if we can correct it. Okay, so it's got rid of let's have a look at this in close up. There, she's got a bit of a stubby hand there. Yeah, so you lost a bit of the consistency there, but you can sort of see. So let's branch off with this one here, and let's maybe not add something. Let's see if we can show them in different pose. Let's just show them in a different pose. Okay, let's stop editing and run that. There we are. So you've got a in different pose here for your magazine. Same sort of backdrop there. Show them sitting on a bench. And so there we are. Look, you've got these really consistent characters. So here's the first one. Here's the second one. I mean, a little bit different. But, close enough. Again, some of the fidelity's not quite there. I don't think some of the detail. But you can always sort of enhance these with the various kind of AI enhanced applications that are out there, sort of upgrade the quality of the image. The ability to create different poses is, something really special. And of course, you don't have to create images, as I said, from scratch. Let's change the name. So I'm changing the name because I don't want it to get confused. I'm just going to put me. Right, let's upload a picture of me. Why not? Here's a transparent of me. So what do we do? I'm going to put the man is looking at a dinosaur. No, at Godzilla. Yeah, the man is looking at Godzilla. Let's just do with that. Okay. So this is a transparent image that I'm using here. And look, it's actually, it's recreated my face. Obviously, I have a few issues with that face there. I don't know what face I'm pulling, but it's actually tried to rather than just, so it's not just putting the image on top. So obviously in Mid-Journey editing software, you can erase part of the photograph and then fill it in. This is about actually changing the original image. And so it's recreated me, albeit not that brilliantly well, but not bad, to be honest. And then put a dinosaur in here. So put have it set in a destroyed Tokyo. No, let's put Aki. Well, I don't know if I spelled that right, but hopefully it knows what I mean. I haven't spelt that right, have I? But there we go. It's partly because it's got the green in the background, but there we go. It's put in a bit of a background there. I mean, this is not the best example. Again, it's using that interesting face. So actually, what I might do is just branch off from here use my real face, Gobi Desert. Run that. Now let's see if it keeps me as is and just puts in the background. Yeah, so in this case, it looks like it has, no, it's recreated me, but actually, because I can tell by the writing on my shirt there, it's gone a bit weird, but it's got the ring on my hand and everything still. That's consistent. That's not a bad recreation of me, considering I gave it a bit of a dodgy transparent there. The watch and everything, yeah, my head and everything looks the same. It's sort of, I think what it's done is my hand looks the same. Hairy hand, yeah, nice. I think what it's done is it's changed my shirt and background because the watch is my watch is the same. Yeah, so it's just gone and changed the shirt for some reason and the background. A man is running wearing a business suit in the Gobi Desert. Why not? Let's just try it out. Run it. There I am running, you see. Again, it's lost some of the consistency in the face, but it's not too bad in taking the original, image and putting me in a completely different pose. So what you can do is you can build up the different images and different poses and stuff, and put together like sort of a little show reel almost. I mean, it probably works quite well for comic characters. Let's clear this chat, Marvel. Let's see if it can do it in the style of, let's just add that picture of me again, actually, or a different picture. Again, I'm using transparency and that sometimes messes up these things because there's nothing at the back. Okay, see if you can do style in the style of Marvel comic book. Okay, let's see whether that works. Okay, so it's just it's kept my face and my finger, and it's put me in a Marvel sort of comic book outfit. That's quite funny. Change the background so it is a Metropolis, okay? So there we are. It's put sort of a Metropolis in the background. So as you can see, I mean, actually it's slightly stylized in the face because there's sort of black line around the chin. It has changed, but it's given me a slightly more pointy chin, but it's sort of kept the kind of the human element. Let's branch off from here, right? And then we'll put in a Superman pose, flying through the city sky. Okay, let's try that. Oh, sorry, wrong one there. Let's try that. So I'm asking it now to put it in a completely different pose. Okay, that's just done Superman, not me. Okay, that's interesting. Although that's not a bad Superman, to be honest. Show the man is in a Superman pose. Yeah, Superman has become the dominant thing there. So it's changed it completely. Let's delete that. Bear in mind, all of this is still at experimental stage. This is very early stage, but the ability to edit and manipulate existing pictures is really quite fascinating, and to create consistent characters. That's always been a problem with a lot of AI generators. What you tend to have to do with AI image generators is just keep running it. It's like hit and miss until you find the image that you want, fine tuning it, running it again. Then once you get that image you want, it's really hard to say, especially if you're designing a character, to say, yeah, I want to keep that character. Let's try a few others just as an example. Okay, so this is more stylized. So this is something I did in Mid-Journey. I really like this picture. Godzilla picture in a kind of a thick acrylic artistic style, which I really like. Let me just lift my head up there so you can sort of see the button underneath. Right, and what we're going to do is have Godzilla stamping on a train, okay? Just run that. See if it can keep the style. It's a very distinct style with the kind of real thick acrylic oil painting style. And actually that's not bad. He's not stamping on it, but it's put a train in there. Let's have a look at there's elements of the smudged paint there. It's basically, and it's put, I look at the sort of cloud and dust behind it. it's added in that kind of acrylic style. Yeah, there's a kind of certain texture, 3D texture to it. That's not too bad, actually. Have it surrounded by attack helicopters. I saw an attack helicopter. I saw a Chinook helicopter today flying really, really low. And I mean, like literally just at the top of the treetops. Really bizarre. I live in a quiet countryside. Felt like we were under attack. Anyway, attack helicopters. Enough of that. Enough of my personal life. So there we go. As you can see there, the little instructions there. And there we go. Look, I think it is, the head is slightly different, but pretty good. And also the speed, all this isn't in real time. You can see it took about 6 seconds. If I down here, it says 6 seconds. So really, really quick. And there we go. That original picture that I started with. So this original picture, which I really like, I created in Midjourney. I might make this into a print, actually. I really love the artistic style of it. Added a train to the picture in the same sort of style. And now here's some attack helicopters. Again, not amazing, but a few, funky elements there. But not too bad, actually, as an overall image. So there you go. That's a really quick look at what I consider to be one of the best AI image editors. Okay, we actually, Gemini, Flash, and certainly Imagen's not actually too bad at creating images, especially if you're looking for sort of photo style images. Less so on the artistic style, personally. For that, I use Midjourney. But as far as image editing is concerned, this is really, really good because you're not sort of erasing elements of the picture and then asking AI to fill it in, which you can do on Midjourney with their Midjourney image editing kind of facility, which is really, really cool. But sometimes you want to just sort of take the existing character and put it in a different pose, as opposed to just erasing elements of the picture and then recreating that. And that's what Gemini 2.0 Flash with its image generation, which is experimental. So this is only came out in the last day or so. It's only going to get better. This is a feature that's been promised by, DALL-E 3, and we've not seen it ages ago. So yeah, this is Google just experimenting with some stuff. If you look out there on the community of what some people have done, it's really, really, impressive. They've got much better imaginations than I have. But I just really wanted to show you where we're at. This is the bottom rung, the starting point of real AI image editing. Okay, so not just image generation, because Gemini 2.0 is now multimodal, but AI image editing. And that's the really exciting thing. And as I said, look, it's not perfect as we've seen in this demonstration, but it's never going to be worse than this. It's only going to get better. Anyway, there you go. I hope you found that interesting. I hope you found it useful. If you did, then please hit the likes, because I like it, YouTube likes it, and it helps people like you find content just like this. And of course, if you're new to my channel, do me the great honor, please hit that subscribe button, toggle that notification bell, and that way you'll know when I go live with videos just like this. Talking videos just like this, why don't you check out the videos right here? These ones here. Thanks for watching.